Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're new. Hi, I'm Mand. It has been quite some time since I've hopped on in front of the camera, so I feel a little strange. I'm like trying to still figure out where I'm looking on I record on my phone, so I'm still kind of trying to figure out, where I'm looking. But before we get into my July favorites wrap up, I would say it's more wrap up, to be honest, just kind of going through some of the decks that I worked with, books that I've read, and crystals that I've worked with, and maybe some crafty bits as well included. So if you enjoy these kind of videos, not just July, I was going to say June, favorites and things like that, but I also cover tarot and oracle decks, things on spirituality, crystals, and a little bit of witchcraft and crafting thrown into the mix. If that is your jam, please do hit the subscribe button. Oh god, I'm just one of those people. And I would love to have you part of the family. I have a fab community here and I absolutely love it. So without further ado, grab a drink, grab a snack, because we're probably in for a long video. Also, do hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload, which is, I'm aiming for every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all going well. But listen, we'll get into it and you can see why my July has been that bit busy. So July was a really busy month, to be honest, because we decided we wanted to throw an engagement party here at home. So for those of you that don't know, sorry, I got here in my I got engaged back in June of this year. I promise I'm not going to mention it in every video, I promise. But we decided we were going to throw an engagement party here at home. So that is definitely one of the best decisions we made. No lies there, absolutely. But it is stressful. So if planning an engagement party is, bit stressful, I can't wait to see what it's like to plan a wedding. For those of you, before you ask, no, we don't have a date set. I have no idea. We'll figure it out as we're going along. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of how we sometimes do things. We just wing it, really. So yeah, we threw an engagement party. There's 2 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago now. By the time I'm recording this, no, it's 2 weeks. Anyway, but a huge thanks to my parents and my brother and his girlfriend. They have been absolutely amazing. They organized the decorations. They all chipped in, and they got this company to come in, or how do I phrase it? I can't think of their names, but they came in and they did a balloon arch. I don't have any photos because I didn't take any photos, but one of my friends, he's more like an adopted brother, to be honest. He is a photographer and he's into all that kind of really videography and all that kind of stuff. So he's super talented. So he took photos. So hopefully I get them soon, but I know he's super busy. But he took photos. So I don't have any photos. It was the worst. I was so stressed. But between the lot of them, they organized all that. We had marquees, we did a barbecue. The weather was not with us, but that's okay. You know what? We had a great time celebrating with the best of family and friends, to be honest. Those that made it were just, I can't say enough. Honestly, my cheeks still hurt from smiling because it was such a fun day. We had such a great time. So yeah, that kind of took up a lot of July, to be honest, between sending out invites kind of towards the middle end of June, and then organizing bits and pieces. But to be fair, my parents and my brother and his girlfriend, they sorted a lot of stuff, so all I had to kind of do was just do the food shop and buy things that we needed for the party as such. But for the most part, that was kind of July, to be brutally honest. We didn't go anywhere. I don't think we didn't do any road trips this time around, because like I said, it was a busy month planning all of that. So I'm surprised I worked with as many decks and crystals. And the books that I read, I read 2 books, to be fair, which is a lot. You know yourself, when you're busy, you don't tend to read as much. You don't tend to do as much. So I'm going to talk about the books, and then I'm going to talk about the crystals, and I'll probably flip you around so that you can see the decks that I worked with, because most of you that know, I work with pairings, so I work with a tarot and an oracle, and I also want to show something really cool that I made, and I just want to know, would you guys be interested in seeing a video in making this, because I had so much fun making this. Anyway, so I'm going to get into the books. That's kind of July. Really, overall, it was pretty much kind of, to be honest, consumed with organising our engagement party. So for August, I'm kind of hoping we might get to do some like road trips. I might hopefully get to do kind of like a travel vlog in that sense. I really do like documenting things that we do. So, alright, I'm going to get into the books. Getting into the books that I read. I actually don't have the first book that I read in August, which is the fine print Dreamland Billionaires by Lauren Asher. I actually have it up in front of me on the tablet so that I would remember, because guarantee I will forget. But basically, do you know what? Let me get this right. I'm just going to get the tablet, and then at least we can all know what it's about, and I will give you my thoughts. So it's basically, yeah, following Rowan and Zara. Is that how you pronounce her name? I was never really sure, to be honest. But basically it's told from both perspectives. He owns this Dreamland theme park and she works there, and he offers her her dream job in there, and it's kind of a enemies to lovers. And you know, it was my brother's girlfriend that suggested I read this book. She had it and she was like, oh, you should read it, you might really enjoy it. Now, the way I said it to her, and I don't know if anybody else is the same, but to be brutally honest, it's kind of like a themed park. I don't know, can you even say the name? But you know, a magical theme park meets 50 Shades of Grey. Not the theme park sense, but as in it's kind of like a whole wonderland, and it's a magical theme park, and it sounds amazing, and she works there, and you know, all this stuff, right? And he's the billionaire that owns it, and like he hates her, but he's also attracted to her, and it's just, there's a lot. I mean, it is on the more smuttier side of things. Like, again, that doesn't bother me, but I know some people might not like that. It is a little bit like, there are pages you're just going to skip. Personally, I skipped over because I was just like, you know, too much detail. There were some things I was roaring laughing at the description, and I'm like, there's genuinely no need to put that description in there, because you know what, imagination is a great thing and you can just kind of imagine it yourself. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, aside from that, I thoroughly enjoyed it, to be brutally honest. I do have to say, like, I did enjoy it. I'm like eager to see what the other two books are like. I don't know. Am I going to pick up the first book so that I have the three books? Probably not. Probably not. Because it's not, they're genuinely, I don't think anyway, it's not a book that I'm going to pick up and reread, to be brutally honest. I think it's just going to be a book that I'm going to read and just pass it on again. The next book that I read, that I've had since March, which actually isn't bad because I have books in my collection a lot longer that still haven't been read, but anyway, is The Cloisters by Kathy Hayes. And this is, if death was in the cards, would you want to know? And it's when Anne Stillwell arrives in New York. She hopes to spend the summer working at the city's Metropolitan Museum of Art. Instead, she's assigned to the Cloisters, the Met's Gothic museum and garden renowned for its collection of medieval and Renaissance art. There she is drawn into a small circle of charismatic but enigmatic researchers, each with their own secrets and desires, including the museum's curator, Patrick Rowland, whose obsession is tarot and the possibility of divination. Eager for the approval of her new colleagues, Anne is only too happy to indulge some of their more outlandish theories. But then she discovers a mysterious, once believed lost deck of 15th century Italian tarot cards and finds herself at the centre of a dangerous game of toxic friendship and unbridled ambition. and as the game being played within the cloister begins to spiral out of control, Anne must decide whether she is truly able to defy the cards and shape her own future. So you knew I had to pick this up. I have to say the cover is stunning. It's gorgeous. Did I enjoy this book? I'm not sure. It's one of these books that I kind of had difficulty, considering I love tarot, right? I love divination. It's my thing. It's my jam. I'm not sure I thoroughly enjoyed this as much as I thought I would, which really annoyed me because this book sounded absolutely amazing. Personally, I feel like this genuinely had great potential. Genuinely great potential. It just didn't meet my expectations. Maybe I had too high of expectations for this book. I felt certain parts of this was drawn out. There was certain things that I felt just tied in very funny, and it's definitely very dark academia type. It's very moody, which is fine. I was saying it to my brother's girlfriend. I believe that I may have read this at the wrong time of year. I do feel that some books are definitely seasonal. Probably had I read it in autumn, I might have enjoyed it more, the moodiness of it. I didn't. I found it a little bit confusing at parts where I'm like, how does this tie in? Where is this going? That's all I have to say about it, really. It's not a boring read. It's not. It really did at the end. I was turning pages and stuff like that. But to be honest, it left me with more questions than answers, which is, that's tarot for you. But I really don't think it is themed around tarot as such, but more so about each individual person. It's just, it's not for me. That's all I'll say. It's not for me. I didn't hate it, but I didn't go, oh, I love that. Do you know what I mean? So in July, I also started this. I'm still currently reading again. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's not the books. It could just be me. But I'm reading Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. I got this in the works, so I still have like a sticker on it. This is one government department you don't want to mess with. And I'm not sure how I feel about it currently at the moment. I'm about 72 pages in. It's kind of following from different viewpoints. You have Neve, and then you have Helena, and then you have, is it Elle is another one? Yeah, they're all witches. They're part of a coven. It's kind of like this government coven type thing from what I can pick up. Not sure if I'm liking it. I'm finding it very difficult to pick it up and continue reading it. Whereas with the fine print, to be honest, I was just picking it up because I was like eager to see where is this going. Because do you know what? It was very good. It was. I enjoyed it. Which is saying a lot about my choice in books at the moment. So maybe it's just kind of smutty romance I'm looking for. I don't know. Like, to read. I'm not looking for smutty. Oh, hello. Anyway, so I'm going to show you Crystal's next. We're going to move on. We're going to move on really quick. Okay, I think I changed the angle a small bit, so sorry if it's changed. Also, yeah, I forgot to say, I decided to, on a whim, just chop up all my hair. Not myself, I obviously got my hairdresser to do that. So, crystals, let's get into it. Now, I'm not sure in what order I worked with them. Doesn't matter, not really. The first one I want to talk about, and I showed it in my last one as well, is this absolute fabulous unicorn crystal. And this is lepidolite, tourmaline, pink tourmaline, and there's another crystal inside here that of course I've forgotten about, but I love working with this. There's something very magical and mystical about working with this crystal, so really thoroughly enjoyed working with that. I'm not going to spend too much time because I feel like this video is going to be like a million years long. The next one I worked with, I wanted to show kind of smaller ones. I don't want to be showing like huge pieces. You know what I mean. Not everybody has them, so that's okay. It's Rainbow Moonstone. Hold on. Why am I trying to gather them all up at once? Oh, you see that flash? I love rainbow moonstone. I just love moonstone in general anyway. You can see there's slight smoky quartz inclusion here as well. Ugh. So rainbow moonstone is actually a sister crystal to labradorite or labradorite, as some people call it, whatever you call it, doesn't matter. But I love this for kind of working with that divine feminine energy, and you know, especially when you're on that time of the month and stuff like that, this is a great crystal. I find it to work with and to kind of just sit with that. I also find like black moonstone, any moonstone really, to be honest, is a great one to work with. Next one, because again, million years long. Garden quartz. Now this is my only piece of garden quartz. It's small, it's dainty, but it's mighty. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but inside it looks like kind of like a pond. It's gorgeous. They also call this the shaman stone. This for me is really, I work with it too for ancestral work, is a great one, and also to really connect with my like crown chakra, but also stay grounded at the same time. That's what I use it for. Again, I'm not sure what the actual properties are, but I find with crystals it can be very intuitive as well. I also worked with, as you all know, another one of my favorites is strawberry quartz. I love this. This is kind of what, this would be my rose quartz in one sense. But I wanted to show you my little Jack Skellington one, because I think I've shown berry so many times at this stage. Like, look at that little flash. So yeah, that's my little Jack Skellington one. I also have a black obsidian of Jack Skellington as well. That's great for your like heart chakra and bringing in love and all that stuff. So I also worked with carnelian. And hello window, thank you so much for taking. Does that work? Not really. Here, this way might work. This is gorgeous. This is the crystal that I kind of work with. No, I do work with to give me that boost of energy, to get that motivation going, to also, you know, work with that root chakra. But it's really, for me, it's kind of like a shot of espresso sometimes. You know, sometimes you just need that kind of like kick in the butt. Also, talking about rainbow moonstone, and I was saying it's sister crystal to labradorite. Here is labradorite. I also worked with this. This is a great crystal for your third eye. There is a purple flash in it here somewhere, but Lord knows, trying to get this to flash is just, oh, it is there. It's just not, oh, let me see. There we go. Hold on. No. I just love showing off labradorite. It's just pretty. But this is a great one for like that third eye work and really connecting in with your own intuition and that spiritual. I'm also getting the sense of like transformation and change as well. It's a great one. So as you can see, a lot of them are working with my own intuition and my third eye and things like that. So the last two, they're both spheres. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it's amethyst. I love this piece. It's one of my favorite pieces because it looks like an eye. And amethyst is great for your third eye, but also your crown chakra as well. But I use it mainly for my third eye because I tend to get headaches sometimes. Now, I obviously don't put that there because that is an absolute huge piece to be put there. But I loved working with that as well in July. It helped me keep calm and things like that. The last one, 5 minutes already, you guys. I'm so sorry I'm keeping you here with this. Is merlinite. And I know this has another name and it is escaping me. But this is actually a really interesting one. It does have flashes and flecks that just don't show. Oh, there we go. See? It is a very interesting crystal. If I think of it, I will put its properties into the description below. But this is very spiritual. This is definitely more of that high vibrational. You definitely want to be grounded when working with this. I find this very interesting. So that's all I'll say about that. I'm going to flip you around. Actually, I forgot. I wanted to show this. So this is like a little, I suppose you could say like a mini altar that I made. So Jamie got these vouchers, and they're very, very, very fancy voucher boxes, and he was like, you know, can you use these? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I made these into, well, this one is my little manifest altars. So like you can use it as a travel altar. You don't even have to use it as an altar. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Polly Pockets. So as you can see, like I did the front, I stuck ribbon on the side. I also did the back, which I'm obsessed with. I love the way, I kind of like that vintagey look. So I put a pocket here, and I made this little card with dream. And then I also have like things that I'm wanting to manifest and bring to fruition. Obviously I don't want to share that here, but again, sometimes this can be a little bit awkward to put in, but that's okay. But as you can see, it does sit down. You can actually just even leave it like that. It looks super pretty. And then inside it, I'm so proud of this, you guys. I really, really do love this. I put more ribbon, and then like these are stickers, and these are kind of like fussy cuts. This is a sticker and that's a fussy cut. And you know the way stickers have like that white border, I just cut that off because I sometimes like my stickers to blend in. Then I just did ribbon with a bit of hot glue and then just stuck this in. And then I also did the inside, and then I made this like little pocket here. I'm hoping you guys can see. So it's like a little piece of card that I had, and I put like my stickers here, and then like little words, like sorry, but it's so cute. Excuse me. And then I have two cards here that I have 5 cards, but these two, excuse me you guys, sorry, are kind of like real specific goals that I'm working on. And then these are kind of from the same and I just tied ribbons on the top of them. And then these are like little affirmations, and then I have like little stickers. So I really did those up as well, and I'm so proud of how it turned out, because like, you know, these can sit in here. You can change them out as well, you know, once these have kind of come to fruition, or if you wanted to freshen them up, you could change them out as well, which I think is really cool. You know, I find this is so pretty because like you can stand it, and you can put like a little candle here if you want to. Be careful of the flame. Obviously you can get, you know, one of those LED candles as well. So yeah, I wanted to share that here because I know a lot of you are quite crafty as well. So let me know what you think. I absolutely love how this turned out, and if you want to see how I did that, even though it's kind of pretty much self-explanatory, let me know. Let me know, and I can make a video on that. Right. Let's get into the decks that I worked with. So the first pairing that I worked with was the Everyday Witch Tarot and the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Hopefully I remember to put all their names down below. Of course, I have picked 2 of the glossiest decks to show. So I'm hoping the shine isn't too bad, you guys. I'm really sorry about that. So as you can see, these 2 paired together. The artwork is very different. It's they're very different, but I feel they do complement each other. Whereas this can be heavy, the Sacred Rebels, the Everyday Witch is a little bit lighter. That's what I liked about it. I felt it's very inner child and kind of crone energy to an extent, even though this has that kind of maid mother crone energy. I really felt like these 2 truly balanced each other out. It kind of gave a deeper depth into like my everyday card draws, really. I feel like the Sacred Rebels Oracle doesn't get talked about a whole pile. I know there's so many more Oracle decks, but this is such a beautiful one. It's very, very underrated now. Absolutely. Like, look at that, Tree of Cups, Spirals of Manifestation. I know some people might like the borders on these. I know some people don't like borders. I personally don't mind them. There, oh yes, sorry. Sacred Rebels has some nudity. Oh, I love that. Like, High Priestess, focus on the light. So as you can see, they really do. Messages like kind of confirm and balance one another. They really blend and weave together so nicely. I really enjoyed working with these, even though it was absolutely manic month. Like, look at that. Four of Pentacles, power of attraction. I mean, you know, it really kind of gives nearly problem solution kind of a thing. You know, what's your problem? Here's the solution, or here how you can solve it. Even not even just it is solution. Oh my gosh, you guys, my head is so fuzzy today. That full moon is just it was a lot. Now I want to work with these two again. But here, let me show you two more. And we'll get on to the next pair. The next pairing are probably very different to each other, complete opposites, I would say. And that is the Pastoral Tarot and the Goddess Love Oracle. Now, for those of you that, most of you, I would say no. The Pastoral Tarot is landscape. Now, it shouldn't be that glossy, but the light today is just not with me, is it? But I paired it with the Goddess Love Oracle. Now, to be brutally honest, it really is because both of them have kind of purple in the boxes. I just also wanted a chance. It's not the pure Irish in me. I just wanted to chance it, like, just see, did they work? They do. They work very, very well. I find the Pastoral Tarot is very much rooted in kind of everyday life, right? And the Goddess Love is definitely a soft and gentle. So while, you know, life can get tough, sometimes we kind of need that soft and gentle. We don't always want to be doing the shadow work, you know. We don't always want to have to be diving deep, digging deep. It's not always necessary. So here you have the Seven of Swords, and then you have sleep, slow down, you know. So it really was just gentle, and it's what I needed in July. I needed messages that were, in one sense, even though sometimes it's not what I wanted, I needed things to kind of tell me to, you know, in one way, cop on. I really feel sometimes that the Pastoral Tarot has that kind of cop on nature. It's like, it really is, for me anyway, I feel very relatable in the sense of, you know, you can relate to the people, to the characters, to the story that it's telling, you know. I love that. Hold your head high in the Chariot. So it's like, while you're moving forward and momentum is picking up, you know, hold your head high, be confident in yourself, have every faith. Like, does that not literally scream, don't cry over spilt milk? So, again, I suppose in one sense, it's kind of like the Everyday Witch Tarot in the Goddess Love with the Sacred Rebels. So I did enjoy these two. Would I work with them again? I don't know. I don't love this pairing as much as I love the Everyday Witch and the Sacred Rebels. I prefer that. But I love both these decks, but probably not together. And last, but certainly not least, is Tarot of the Witch's Garden with the Celtic Spirit Oracle. You guys, you know I had to do it. You know I had to pair these two up. I love this deck. The fact that I've actually put it aside for the moment. It still has that weird bow. I don't know what's going on. but I am loving this. I'm finding the cardstock a little bit on the thinner side. I'm wondering if okay, that's somewhat better. I do apologize about the light and things like that, but I love these two. I genuinely loved the combination of these two decks together. It definitely felt very earthy, very elemental actually. And for those of you that don't know, I don't really work with elemental energy or fae. I suppose that's the Irish superstition in me, but I do have high great respect for them all the same. And there's never disrespect just because I don't work with a certain deity or fae or anything like that. I find, too many people believe that the fae are cutesy and stuff like that, and while yes, they are dainty, they are not dainty in another sense. There has to be a lot of respect, and the fae will let you know whether they want to work with you or not. But I definitely felt that energy more so than that presence. I hope that makes sense. But I found these two balanced each other out because I feel fae elements and the Celtic spirit and stuff is very much rooted in nature and in my own beliefs here. Obviously, being from Ireland, there will be some form of Celtic belief system here as well with the sacred lands and all that. But I love this deck. I am in one way sad to see summer go, but I'm also looking forward to I'm also looking forward to autumn. We have Three of Swords and then the Pentagram, protection, balance, unity. So, all about protecting your heart and minding yourself, and don't always be so free giving with yourself. So these messages were quite bang on actually. There's not much I can say about it, to be honest. I mean, the images and the pairing speaks for itself. I don't really think it needs my words to sell itself, because honestly, it's a beautiful blend of like that. I love this strength card. Beautiful blend of like the greens and the oranges and the sense of nature and, the sense of being out connected. So that is Tarot of the Witch's Garden paired with the Celtic Spirit Oracle. Oh, goodness me. So my lovelies, that is my July wrap up. That's kind of what I've been up to and where I've been at with my practice. It's not been very in-depth or as not even So my lovelies, that is my July wrap up. July was just so busy. I really didn't get to dive in as deep as I had wanted to with my decks and things like that. It was really more so one card draws and things like that. So I'm hoping August is a bit more in depth. I really do want to spend more time with this deck in particular. And I also got 2 new Oracle decks as well, which you'll see the walkthrough of hopefully very soon. So if you watched to the end of the video, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know how your July has been. What have you gotten up to? What decks did you work with? And thank you for sticking around and listening to me chat and chat and chat and chat. I hope you have a fabulous day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will chat to you all real soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.